Hello, folks.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Cold Case Saturday.
Hello.
I just got notified that we're...
So Debbie showed me how to do tickers. So the first is bannering. I'm learning from her. Wow, cool.
So fun. So now we have a little professional ticker down there, so you know who we're going to be looking into first. How is everybody this beautiful afternoon?
Hi, T-Barb. Hi, Lucianne.
Hi, T-Barb.
I gotta get where I can see the chat.
So if anyone isn't up to date on this one, she's still missing.
Hi, Gma. Hi, Tisha. Debbie. PMG. All right. PMG's a little tired. So yeah, we were just talking about feeling a little tired, PMG.
I think it's the cold weather.
Could be. It could just be a winter thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I know. It takes forever, it seems, to get my energy going when colder weather hits.
I'm sorry, I'm looking away. I've got my giant laptop screen going here.
All right. Well, we're all checked in. It looks like we have about 63 on board right now. Oh, and too much coffee?
Too much coffee.
Is that a sarcastic comment, or is that a thing? Coffee? Is that a real thing?
I'm going to jump out and grab my cup of coffee. I left it in the other room. I'll be right back.
Speaking of coffee.
Laurie, the monoliths keep disappearing.
Tiring. Talk about trying to create some diversion. All right.
The last one, these guys seemed a little bit of a weirdos that took it down.
Mm-hmm.
I left it sitting on the coffee maker. Okay.
I know you're right.
I like.
Well, at least it was there, and not like you didn't like accidentally put your cup in a cupboard or something, you know, or in the freezer.
No, maybe the freezer. Yeah.
You know how people do that.
Yeah. No, I got my fish cup.
I need more caffeine in my coffee now.
Yeah. I've been doing half and half, so I can drink more.
I know, right, Laurie? I noticed that. They were weirdos, what they put online.
I'll say that.
Oh, really?
Did Karen give you that box of half calf that got sent her by mistake? That was mine.
I don't have one of those machines. I guess I could have opened up all the little pods and.
Oh, you know, they're on sale right now. It's Christmas. I have the one that makes the pods, and it has a coffee pot, so I can do either.
Yeah, I used to have one in the old days before moving cross country.
I do both too, depending on how much caffeine I want to consume that day. But if I'm making it cup by cup by cup, and I'm intending to drink a lot that day, I drink the half calf so it doesn't overkill.
Now, if my brand of coffee made half calf, it'd be golden. But I don't think Pete's, the best coffee in the world.
I love Pete's coffee. Did you see the curfews in California?
I've heard about them.
Wow, they're all of Southern California, most of Central California, and all the major population areas in Northern California. There's just a little pocket of mountain towns that aren't included in that. It's amazing. And the hospitals most of the hospitals in California have less than 13% beds availability now.
Wow.
I know my sister's a caretaker, and one of the gentlemen she takes care of fell on somebody else's shift and broke his hip. And we live in Tulare County. Fresno, Hanford, Tulare County hospitals were all booked. They had to send them to Bakersfield, which is about 60 miles away, because that's the closest bed they could find to do emergency hip surgery.
Wow.
Crazy.
Wow. Oof. Can you imagine? Debbie says, can you imagine if Ghislaine got pardoned? The outcry. And that's the reason that he would pardon her, just to get the outcry.
Distract from his own legal issues.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. So should we get started? I'm going to check into this energy now. So let me bring her up here. Here's a, oops. Here's the picture of her for those of you watching. This is Jennifer. She disappeared went missing in 2006 in Orlando, Florida. There's evidence that shows that she got ready for work that morning. But never got there. What other evidence is showing there with her, you guys?
Somebody had drove her car and then returned it to the parking lot, and he was caught on camera, but as the camera shot every 3 seconds, he happened to be lined up with a pole blocking his picture. So they didn't get a picture. They could see him walking through, but they couldn't see his face.
Yeah. It was a different parking lot a mile away.
Yeah, about a mile and a half away. So it shows him around. So that was about 6 in the morning when she goes to work, right? And then
7:30 to 8. The camera was approximately 1 o'clock, 12 to 1 o'clock. So there's like a 4-hour window.
There's a 4-hour window where it shows him pulling up, parking the car a mile and a half away from her home, and then
just casually walking away.
Walking away.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what they have, and she's been missing ever since. And I feel like any hits they may have had didn't pan out.
Yeah.
So
the boyfriend, the ex-boyfriend, everyone was cleared. Yep, I seen World News with Andrea and Danny just uploaded or whatever. So
yep.
Whatever you gotta do, folks.
Well, it's an upload, so they can go back and watch it at another time. Yeah. I mean,
it's
a tape.
We're live, yeah.
Live. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna kind of check in and see if we can get Jennifer to come in and give us any information here.
I'm going to try to step into Jennifer so I can try to see him.
Are you getting a blonde guy?
Sandy dishwater,
Yeah,
short
that's what
haircut.
that's what I get consider blonde.
He needs a haircut, but he's well groomed. It's like the week or two before he gets his next haircut.
Okay, so I feel like what she's showing me here is that when she went down to get in her car that morning, that he came up from behind her. There wasn't a struggle, so to speak, because he had something like pressed against her back, whether it was a gun or a knife or whatever. And so I really feel like she made the choice to cooperate, just hoping that, maybe he just wants my car, like that. To get in the car, like he wanted her to drive him somewhere was her initial thought of what was going on. So you wouldn't have found anything struggle around her car. I don't see a struggle around her car in her own parking lot.
He has blue eyes.
I do not feel she knew him. Do you get that?
No, I do not.
She didn't know him.
There was no connection I can feel.
But he doesn't stand out as being out of place. If you walked and saw him, he'd look like he belonged in the area.
Yeah, he's an American. I mean, there was talk of, there was talk that there might have been Mexican Americans or working in construction sites or something, but no, it's a white guy.
He has a rather long, thin nose. It's not real full. Yeah.
The pictures said he was 5'3" to 5'5". I am getting 5'5", 5'6".
So I was seeing him a little taller than that. He's like medium built. He's not a big guy, but he's not a small, frail built guy. He's very just medium size.
Yeah, just average. I don't see anything.
Yeah, he's a very average looking guy. He's got a little bit of sun streaking at the top of his hair, but it's more dishwater. It's just streaked, and it's just like through the bang area, right over where he's getting the most sun. It gets cut off all the time, so you can see the more dishwater brownish blonde that hasn't lightened. His haircut, you can see his ears. He doesn't have particularly dominant, they don't stick out or anything. They're very close to his head. And he's got a little bit of sideburns, but not long. They're just well groomed. He's clean shaved. He has an average mouth. not particularly full lips. I would say he's about in his mid-30s.
So her credit cards were never used either. So robbery was not a motive.
He's got one thing I always see on men is their eyebrows. He doesn't have heavy eyebrows. No, they remind me more of a woman's eyebrows. They're light in color and they're very well groomed. They're not bushy. And they have a they're slightly arched. His eyes are very light colored. Where's his hair short?
I do feel it's kind of confusing what I feel like she's showing me here about when they pulled out of the parking lot, because I'm seeing like her wanting to take this left, going out and then making a left, but I feel like he's grabbing the wheel and turning right. I feel like there's a little bit of a struggle there. And then at that point, everything kind of goes south. Either it goes south in the car or they go south, because I heard gone south. And so it could be that she's trying to say they went south. And I'm sensing she's saying about at least 12 miles out. But then it gets a little hazy at that point, and I'm trying to it kind of almost just stops at that point. Her information.
The direction is south. I'm picking up the south, and she's like, "No, it's the wrong direction." Her first thought was, "It's the wrong direction. You're supposed to turn the other way."
Yeah, she was trying to go the other way, and then it was like, no. Like that's when I feel like she realized there was.
I don't know what the speed limit through there is, but they drove for about 20, 25 minutes. But you're right; it's like less than 15 miles they went.
Yeah.
She seems hazy. You're right. It's like she's foggy, like almost like she dragged her or something, but I didn't see him drag her.
Yeah, so it gets really hazy. It's almost so interesting.
It feels chemical though. It's something's induced it.
Yeah.
Chemically induced. It's not because she's just feeling, it's not because she was hit. It feels like she's woozy, hazy.
Yeah, loopy. Now, then it kind of jumps now, and I'm in, it seems dark metal, like maybe a metal, everything's kind of metal around me, metal building, like, but I see her, and, she's bound.
Her arms are behind her,
Yeah.
bound. And her legs are attached. She can't straighten her legs out. So she's got her legs behind her and her arms attached. Yeah. And it's noisy, but I can't make out what the sounds are. I can hear equipment of some kind, but
what I'm sensing is
like in a warehouse.
There's movement. Yeah, like a warehouse, but like metal.
Yeah, and you can hear like they're moving things, like heavy forklift operators, not the small like store size ones, the bigger ones.
Mm-hmm.
But they're out. They're not in the building. They're outside of the building.
I'm getting a sense of, and I could be way off because I feel like she was moved and moved and moved and moved. I feel I'm getting a sense of almost a type of trafficking feel to it. I'm not saying she was trafficked. I'm just saying it has a feel to that because she was moved. I'm seeing that, they wouldn't find her in Florida.
This is like the first place she was taken.
Yeah, I'm seeing the first place she was taken. But I feel like there was a lot more moves, and it has a trafficky feel to this.
Mm-hmm. Yes, no, she left there because it's dark when she goes in there. It's light, and when she's taken out of there, it's dark. But I can't see. And it's not the vehicle she arrived in. It's a different vehicle.
Yeah, so I don't see that she would even,
she can't see. I mean, I'm feeling like she's blind. She's blindfolded.
Yeah. But I feel like that's part of the hazy, as well as being hit over the head or drugged.
I think she was drugged. I don't think she was hit because I'm not feeling any. Usually when somebody's hit on the head, I can feel it. And I'm not feeling that hit. If she's hit her head, it's more like because she landed on the ground and it bumped versus being struck.
Yeah, her last name is Keese. Yes. Misspell. It's all right. Yes, Jennifer Joyce Keese is her name. Okay. Let's see.
She doesn't know this guy. He's not familiar to her.
No. This is I do feel like if you're able to get, the American girls, they're worth more. But I feel like I feel like you wouldn't find her in the United States.
She's near water because I can smell the ocean. That warehouse is near water. So it must be a port of some kind where they're shipping. That's why there's movement. That's why all that forklift sounds are outside, is they're moving like sea trains, or that type of whatever they're moving. It's heavy because you can hear the equipment. And it's busy outside of the building. What she's hearing, it's very busy. There's a lot of movement outside. I don't know, she falls asleep for a period of time, and the next thing I know, she's seeing lightness through her blindfold, and when she hears somebody approach her, it's dark. She knows it's dark out. It's not light. She's not getting that reflection of light through her blindfold anymore. So she's realizing it's evening. And the noise has stopped. It's quiet. And I can smell the ocean. That salty. The air feels
that would be like 70 miles away, the ocean.
So she must have been moved.
Yeah, I'm saying she was moved. She was moved and moved and moved and moved is what I'm getting. And I don't see her in the United States.
Mm-mm. I think they transported her by boat. It wasn't close. Feels like weeks. It's not like a few days. It's weeks. And I think they're keeping her drugged through this ordeal.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, it kind of goes cold there, but I'm not sure how much. I mean, literally.
She feels hungry. I mean, she hasn't ate. They haven't fed her much of anything. She feels like she's out more than she's in. And the strange thing is, she's in her mid-20s. It seems like she's older than what they would have done for trade. Huh.
That's what I thought too. But I'm not. I have to go with what they're showing me, or what I've been shown. What she's showing me, and this has a very thick fill of trafficking.
Yeah. Wherever they're taking her, it's like 3 to 4 weeks away, or I don't know. They may be making stops in between, but This is what I got for the guy that took her. He's got very thin features, thin mouth. He's got, some people have that puffiness under their eye, that little fat roll under their eye. He's got that. Well, they look like their eyes are a little bit swollen, but they're not. It's just the way their eyes shape. Very, very round eyes and very crisp blue eyes. And he's tanned, but he's not like he's been laying out in the sun for hours and hours. He's just a normal level of just tan because it's Florida. Can't get a feel for what country she was taken to. I think she may still be alive, actually.
I'm not getting that. I thought so too, but
I'm not feeling like I'm not seeing a murder, feeling a murder, but yeah, it just maybe I'm not that far through the vision yet. I can't even tell what country she's in. It's I'm wanting to say the people there they're like white people. They don't speak English. I'm not familiar with languages. Brunettes, there's some blondes. I mean, so it's white and olive complected people.
I'm not in agreement. Just gotta lay it out there. I don't see her trafficked.
okay.
I don't see her out of country. She's dead.
Because I totally see her.
I get the feeling she was taken for some organization.
I see her trafficked.
Some higher person.
I see her going across
it was
water.
experimental. I think this person or group wanted kids from her, and then she was murdered. I don't see her leaving the country.
I do.
I see her going over water.
I want to know what I am seeing and feeling.
Yeah, no. That's fine.
No,
I do not see like a hostile kind of thing, murdered that way. I don't see trafficking.
I don't see a hostile.
I'm seeing like she was forcibly to have a kid. Like she was hostage, but used as like a baby factory for some organization or something like that.
See, what I'm not feeling is I'm not feeling the assault, the attack. I'm feeling the transport over water. I can hear people speaking another language, but I can't tell you what the language is because it's not clear. Because her head's not clear.
Yeah, I believe I think the guy was actually in the car, forced her to drive somewhere by gunpoint in the back seat. Got to the point, then she was like drugged or, that chloroform, whatever. Then she was out, then taken by someone else. Then the guy took the car. Someone else took her somewhere else.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I don't see him. I see him doing that first leg
Right.
for
And
whatever
then she was
reason.
moved
Right.
and moved and moved, and then she went onto a boat. She went.
I'm not
What I
seeing a
see is
boat.
a boat, water.
This is
But
an
I
underground.
can't see the boat. I can just feel it.
What I'm getting is like an underground cell or something within Florida, some kind of group.
interesting.
I
Yeah.
am not seeing. I am not seeing. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. I am not seeing boat. I am seeing travel, but it's relatively close, and it's in Florida. These are like stick elite kind of things. That's what I'm getting.
I do believe I am catching on to the elite and something different. It's not the normal type of whatever with this. But I asked specifically, and I said, was she taken overseas? You got to give me the boat or something. And I drew, and
There's
these
a boat.
flying out the boat and the fish. But the first things that came out
the
was
fish is money, though, not necessarily the
because
seed.
I also, I was curious about if she was still alive, and I got this. So, but whatever this is, I feel like we're all connecting to the energy of it, that it's not the normal, like you said, Scott, this is not a normal trafficking. We all got, she's a
It's
little
not
old.
normal. It may be a type of trafficking.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing her like traffic for sex or,
Right. I also
like a
agree with
hostel
that.
or
I never,
going to
and I
Russia.
don't have any
agree with
feeling
that.
of like a rape going on or anything like that. There's no like
I agree
people
with all
sexually
that.
assaulting her,
I think we're all connecting to that same energy, that this was something different. It wasn't the normal sex trafficking thing at all, but it was something unique to that, and being transferred to here, and it's some secret thing, like you said. But I did specifically ask, was this overseas? Give me these cards, shuffle, 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 and these two cards come out. It's hard for me to back down from that. But I do feel either way, that this is some kind of secret society thing, like you said, who makes white babies for people.
She's not
I
alive.
absolutely am on board with that.
She's not alive anymore.
Yeah. So yeah, I feel like the energies that we're tapping into are all correct.
Baby factory for money.
Yep.
And it's a contractual deal. They specify what they want.
Yeah, they want their, and she's
very specific.
Blonde, white,
certain type of education. Wow.
It's a nightmarish handmaiden tale.
Yeah, pretty much what it is. Many people.
I'm getting the institute was black, and they sought her out. And the fox mirrors I did a 9-card spread. The lady knights with the fox. They looked for her type. The tower, the lady, the grave. So after she fulfilled whatever the purpose of her taking, she was done away with.
Yeah. She met like a demise.
Mm-hmm.
It's still getting overseas.
I don't know if there's politics or there's a group that's doing this. Because I get the tower, the garden, the letter. So this is a service that's being provided to the wealthy.
No. Yeah, it's so interesting. Okay. It also could be, and And I'm not trying to make this fit because I know that there's some kind of connection to overseas, because I can't deny that I asked and those 2 cards came flying out. But this is not just a United States thing. There's connections across the ocean.
I believe that. There's connections worldwide, kind of thing.
But I'm gonna ask specifically again, and if those cards come, Scott, I'm sorry.
No, you go with it. You know, I'm not. I'm just saying what I'm getting. There's
Now,
definitely an organization.
Florida does have a lot of underground shiesty stuff going on. So
yeah,
I don't doubt you at all.
from all over the world too.
And then you have Switzerland with their whole underground cities going on there. Oh my gosh. So let's see.
I know Switzerland has underground cities, but aren't they pretty mellow, easygoing society? You know, they don't have to impregnate her. They may be just taking her eggs.
True.
To produce children.
Oh, interesting. Yep.
Yep. I did get a doctor card, a King of Swords, and a Magician.
Mm.
And your swords also is an indication of a surgical, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
also got a Queen of Swords. So the swords to me are, you know, lawyers, doctors.
They may be using
educators. Everyone that uses them.
Surrogate babies.
But I know that because when I was first stepping into the energy, that what she was going to be worth a lot more than other. You know what I mean? What she
had the blonde hair, the blue eyes, she met a specific profile
that would
look
that would be
that they wanted
worth a lot more.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're taking her eggs.
Yep.
Okay, I get the rider, the stork, the sun. That's producing babies.
Yeah.
And the light shining on it.
I definitely have I definitely have the producing babies. So you have and then
the mice night with the stork. I would think that would be where we're getting they're actually harvesting her eggs for surrogate. I don't think she's actually having babies. I think they're taking their.
Yeah, I never saw her pregnant.
I never saw her raped. I never saw her pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Well,
Doing it for people that are wanting babies. That there's.
This isn't going to be solved by us, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
yeah.
No.
I mean, we ain't going to get no deal. I mean, this was 13 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an underground organization. Wild Heart? No, I'm not sensing body parts. I feel she was gone from whole. It was
Yeah.
all her eggs. And like
Yep.
Kathleen
Yeah.
got it, you know. She was the blonde-eyed, blue-eyed American girl that everyone wants to see.
She's the prototype of what they look to create the right
Yeah.
blend of child. She has the right genetic background, the right heritage background, the right features.
Yeah, Marie, I know people sell their eggs. I don't know. Back then, this why there was a reason.
People give their sperm too.
I know it's up, but this was some kind of underground thing. I don't. This is what we got. I got the Empress card, fertility, what they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I never got a body part, you know, body parts either. Kind of card.
I don't have the size with the cutting her up or anything. I'm getting storks.
Patricia, it's scrolling. Under our names, it's scrolling who we're looking at.
Jennifer Keys was abducted in 2006 in Orlando.
Yeah, they, with the cards I got, they could have harvested other things as well, but with this set of cards coming out, it just really shows more likely some kind of baby factory thing going on, producing the right babies.
I just asked, did they harvest organs? I've got no. The fox, the clouds, the snake. No. All negative cards.
I don't know. I'm getting some kind of deal with the elites. It's like, some rich guys want the perfect girl. They take their stuff, this perfect girl, and put it in a surrogate, and they get kids. I don't know. That's what it feels like. Some kind of underground weird shit. She was taken for her beauty, basically.
And her specific look.
Yeah, Wild Heart, I don't think that you need to kidnap white males and steal their sperm.
No, that's a pretty good, easy one. I think a dude would probably be like, here, you want some? Go ahead.
You can pay them money to get sperm donors pretty easily. Yeah, I'm getting the fish, the bear, the moon. This is all for money. It's financed and it's secret.
Yep.
And
all right.
For powerful people.
Well, I am just saying thank you to Jennifer for coming in as strong as she did to help us get this far with it. And
I don't think
I'm wondering if the boat was just to confuse her of where she was going, or just like they moved her. I
don't know. I just know that she was moved several times before ever getting to where she was going. I also have a feeling that I don't know, T-Barb, maybe you would know, but I feel like this is not, I mean, it is a hidden society or whatever, hidden group of people doing this, but I feel like it's not like the people who need to know and I guess you just, my thought is that you can't just break these things up. But I feel like the authorities already know is what I want to say. I feel like the authorities kind of know that this has happened, what happened. They have an idea. And they made it a cold case because it
involves powerful people.
Powerful people, and the fingers go too deep is what I'm feeling on this.
That makes sense. I did get the FBI and Justice. And didn't know what that meant. I was looking into her, but it was there. I just didn't.
And these babies are, you know, that they're creating. They're wanted children. They're like. I lost my volume.
I hear you.
All right, so we're moving on now, Kathlene, to girls.
Abigail Williams and Liberty German.
Yeah. Okay, so let me. Here's their sweet little picture for those of you at home. Apparently, I think they were on a hike.
Not far from their home.
Not far from their home. And they actually had a tape of the murderer's voice. One of the girls, I forget which one, but one of them actually had the wherewithal to record and even take a picture of the person, but it's so blurry you can't see. Here's the picture of him. And then you have the voice recording as well in here. And it's just a real quick snippet.
He says like, hey, down there.
Guys, downhill. Down the hill. Yeah, that's it, T-Barb.
Yeah.
Guys, down the hill. Kind of like that. Here is a police sketch of him. Or should we wait, Kathleen, to see?
That's not a police sketch. That's a photo that you put up.
No, this right here.
Oh,
Can you see?
Oh. Okay.
And they said he kind of has younger features, but he don't let that, because when I saw the other picture, I thought, oh, he's kind of, from his body build and you know.
I was thinking he was like older. In his 40s.
Yeah, and
I was feeling 40s just when I
don't let the sketch, because he has this youthful look, but he's older. Is what they said.
I wonder how they got that kind of detail out of that picture.
I don't know.
Maybe they've got a computer tech program that depicts lights or something.
So now the thing is the body, you know, the bodies, those two girls, Amen was there, that their bodies aren't missing, but the police haven't released how they died. Yeah, 40-ish for sure. And it's in T-Barb State, yeah.
When I read the article, I would assume, based on the people that we're looking at, that they were probably raped. I haven't dived into it yet, but because they were looking at sex offenders, which would lead you to believe that they were sexually assaulted. If that's the big list they pulled first.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and step into this energy and see if I can hear from the girls. And Scott's going to kind of hang in, and if he gets anything new, but he's already read on this a month or two ago.
Yeah, Andrea and I already did this in our mystery theater, so I'll just add to the end after you two tap in.
I think I'm gonna throw a card. I'm gonna try to tap into the girls, but I'm also gonna throw cards with it. She took the picture because the guy was following them from a distance, and they felt a little uncomfortable with that.
Okay. Well, what I received is very disturbing. So if you, it's almost like I'm not sure I want to share it on the live stream. I feel like what the girls showed me.
This isn't the first time he's done this.
No, it's very sadistic, to say the least. So if anybody's on the
Heather.
in the community on the chat, very sadistic, yeah. And you don't want to hear this, just mute it or something. Okay, so don't share it. Okay, T-Barb doesn't want me to share it. Okay.
I don't think that police would even want to give the information to the parents. It's
right.
That disturbing.
Right.
It's not something that you want to see somebody's head with.
No. But I will say it's sadistic, and I do want to say that the girls, they both said that they were scared for each other. It's scared and sad for, like for the other one.
He controls them by using them as weapons against each other.
Right. Yeah. So, but we don't want to talk really what went down really, Kathleen, I think so.
Mm.
But I can say that that's kind of what's coming through. But they wanted me to that mostly they were just such in terror for each other, not like really for themselves, but for their friend. So that was something. Oh, T-Barb said they already said it was very sadistic. Okay. Well, what I saw is absolutely spot on. And this is absolutely not his first time doing this. So. But anyways, I kind of want to step out of that.
Never been caught either.
No. And I'm going to step out of that energy and kind of do staging. But T-Barb, I know that this was one that you asked, and if you know more details and you want me to tell you the details they showed me, we can do it alone on our own. But I don't want to do it here. All right, Scott, what are you feeling? I feel like he's frozen. Oh no, he's.
No, I was looking at. Honestly, Andy and I did not get sadistic.
Oh well, T-Barb.
My cards show me sadistic.
And T-Barb said they already said it. The police already said it was very sadistic. I didn't read that, but they said it was. So, can I see where he is right now? That's a good way to go, T-Barb. Yeah, let's tap into where he may be at.
Okay, where is he?
Okay.
Kipper would be good to throw for that. I don't do Kipper. Scott, you got your Kipper deck handy?
Yeah, what about it?
T-Barb wants us to check in to see if we can tap into get a feeling to where he's at.
Oh. Andrew and I were getting it was someone, they knew the kids, but indirectly. I was getting like a pastor or a teacher's brother or uncle, someone to the side is the one that did it. Someone not all there.
Should also explain to me why I got the cross.
Oh, T-Barb said that stuff came out on the local news, not told nationally.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, show me where he is.
It could be a minister. I've got it.
Oh, and then the back.
You know, I'm not sensing T-Barb that he's hiding, but it's almost like I keep hearing hiding in plain sight, but I don't know what that means.
That means he's functioning within society as himself. He's not talking about this. It's happened. He lives in the area. He's not. I'm feeling that ministry is very likely. I've got the journal, the clock, the bear, the bouquet, and the house.
Well,
so
that's true. And
a powerful institution. Journal could be representative of a Bible, and the house and the journal, the house of the Lord, maybe. I'm not getting a cross in this one. And the bouquet. the journal, the bearer of the house. That could be the minister of the church, a minister of a church.
Because if it was from that town, they would recognize that picture and his voice. You know what I'm saying? You know, so
it looked pretty average. It looked like an average man, 5'11", 200 to 240. You know, he's not a small man.
Mm-mm.
When you showed me that sketch, I was like, it just looked way too young to me.
They said that, yeah, they said.
I said 40s in my head.
Yeah, he's definitely in his 40s. Where is he? Yeah, I don't, you know, I keep asking and looking to you, Barb, where is he? And it just kind of shows him. I do
like
believe, however, that he may have some, I don't know if there's cabins.
Local.
Yeah, I do feel but it wouldn't be, he looks like everyone, yeah. But I feel like, I don't know if he has like a little if there's cabins there or something, but because I keep seeing him kind of, he does go up to a cabin, but or he lives in something that looks like a cabin on the inside. It's not like I don't look around and see like a normal home in there. It's more like a cabiny hunting type little place that a guy would go up to, you know, to go hunting from. But
G-Mide, I don't believe it's
I don't think he's a pastor.
I think it's a brother of a pastor.
Yeah, I don't think he's actually.
Or a cousin of the pastor.
Yeah.
It's like,
or a member.
one of the girls is a member of that church.
Somebody
kind of thing,
up in the church that's, you know.
Right. It's someone to the side of someone they know. But that person knew the family or one of the girls. It was like, I was only getting attachment to one of the girls, knowing one of the girls. But there's some kind of priest, pastor attachment or church attachment.
Or
to the side, someone not
one of the upper members of the church, somebody recognized in the church as being, you know.
Right. Someone in the church would know who this person would be.
I don't get all that. I mean, I trust your energy. There is, you know, a connection to that, but it's more.
I could change that myself too, because I tie these type of people as hiding within the church.
Well, they do. I mean,
in my experience, it's very common for them to hide within the church and behind the church.
Sure.
And when caught, they'll say, "Oh, he was a good Christian man. He could never do such a thing." And the whole church rallies around him, and you know, that's common, very, very, very common with predators.
Okay, what I'm getting, this person does live near Delphi, like in the outskirts, not in the town, but within miles. You know, like a suburb of Delphi, really close. So there's connection to the town.
Is that Delphi? Is that the university?
I don't know.
Yeah. In Indiana, I believe Delphi is a pretty prestigious university.
So, yeah. Okay. So I'm just, what I'm seeing, I've seen before, and usually it, obviously their story is different, but it's very similar to what I've seen before when you're dealing with satanic cults. But what is different about this is, he's alone. And usually if you're dealing with a satanic cult, there's other people and it's all part of ceremony. So that part kind of throws me a little bit on that. But,
I'm feeling this is meeting his personal need. It's not to do with a group.
Part of the cult, yeah. But it's very similar, same type of stuff, but on his own. All right. I'm going to step out of the energy. You guys can continue to go if you want. Definitely a loner. Yeah.
This is, he does this alone. This is his own thing. He's done it before.
Again, I get hidden within the church.
Yeah.
He's very cruel. I don't want to look at this anymore. It's nasty. It's really bad. This is giving whoever found them nightmares still. This was not a pretty thing to come across. This is wow.
Oh, don't worry, T-Bar.
I don't want to see that.
I'm just stepping out of the energy. I'm good. Lori. So he's done this before. This is not new.
Yeah.
It's.
I got the world. So he's done it in different areas.
Yeah, he's not concentrating on his hometown. I think he lives in this area near them, though. I don't think this was his first time, but this is like the closest to home he's gotten.
Yeah, so he definitely is hiding from being caught here. And yeah, I mean, you can't negate these cards behind the church. You're right. But I do sense that he's going to. I do feel he will get caught. I feel like he keeps the journals about it all, and this will be his demise. These journals. So,
the stage.
That's what I got. All right. Yes, Debbie.
Here, Debbie, have some sage.
Yes, I have sage. Yeah. So anyway, yep. And I'll ring the bell. Let's clear the air. Poor girls, and just hugging sending light and love to that family.
Strange. Maybe I'm being not shown for a good reason, but I still don't see. I'm not seeing it.
You don't want to see it shown.
You don't want to. That's okay.
You don't want to see it.
Okay.
I'm not being shown the bad part of it.
Good.
And you have daughters, so you don't want.
Probably
you don't
so.
want your head to even imagine something like that.
You do not. All right. Yeah, T-Barb. Yeah, I just really feel that he wrote it on. Okay, so who's next? We have. Oh, you got it up already. Awesome, Sandra and Sharon. Okay.
So this is one.
Okay, you tell us about this, Scott. Yeah.
Actually, Beth sent me this. Beth Galactica in here. The first one was Sandra Gelber. So the weird thing is that they're both physical therapies. They're physical therapists,
Yeah.
and they're both athletic. They both liked jogging. They both did hiking. So Sandra goes out after work on this trail and disappears, but they find her with a head contusion and in water drowning. I think she, if I look it back again, I'm pretty sure she was alive, found, but then dead later.
And she, yeah, you're correct. And she was 61 years old.
Yeah. And then the next one, Sharon, a few weeks later, completely disappears about 2 miles away. I'm pretty sure they worked at the same place. Is that true? Look it up again. I forgot.
I'll look it again, but here
She
is.
was 61 years old. Wow.
Yeah, the first one was 61, Sandra, and then here's Sharon.
But just really strange. I mean, the first lady, Sandra, did have an injury.
And this is the map, Kathleen. Juno.
Okay, yeah, that's when I pulled that.
Yeah, okay. From the same town.
From the same town, but not the same hospital.
A few weeks apart. Both from Juneau. Yeah. Let's see.
She was actually found alive but died.
Mm-hmm.
They did CPR on her.
They were both also avid hikers. Both physical therapists and both avid hikers.
So, did you notice if Sharon worked at the same hospital or no?
I am looking that up. I don't.
Bartlett Regional Hospital. Sandra did.
Okay. Oh yeah, Sandra worked at Bartlett. Okay, let me look at Sharon. Doesn't say. Just says she was a physical therapist. Yeah, no, doesn't say.
Sharon Boyce.
Okay, first let's just check.
It would just be more real interesting if they worked at the same place.
Yeah.
But I'm not seeing it right now. Maybe Beth knows quick. Twilight, this girl's gone missing.
So I'm feeling, I feel, Sharon kind of coming in, she's like, you think, when you hike, you think about bears and you think about other predators, and then you get killed by an idiot. Is kind of what she's saying. You know, you're aware of nature and the cost of hiking, you know, in nature, but you never, you know, she never can really, I guess she never really considered it a human predator.
Another person, yeah, danger.
Yeah, so she's kind of like, so she has kind of a, I mean, she has kind of a sarcastic sense of humor coming in, and she's just saying, and here I got killed by an idiot, not like a bear. You know, you think as much as she loved the wilderness, she definitely didn't see herself going out this way.
Okay.
Wonder if this person received physical therapy from them.
Yeah, I feel like she did recognize this person. Now I need to read a little more. Did they find her? Oh, they haven't found her.
The second one, Sharon.
Yeah, they haven't found Sharon. Okay. Maybe in the spring.
That area had a washout of the road, and they barriered off the area, and then part of that area got washed away, and maybe why they haven't found her. Where they found the first person.
She was hiking, right? So
in that same area where they found the first gal.
Yeah, she was on a hike. Oh, she missed a hike with Alpine. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. So she was right. So she was on a hike. Yeah, because she's showing me out. I mean, she's kind of sitting there.
I don't have the link to Sharon's portion of the case. I only saw the first one.
Sandra, the first one was supposedly just after work. She was going out for a run kind of thing, just exercise. Sharon was actually suited up to do a hike up the mountain.
And they found her car at Mount Roberts Trailhead.
Yep, they found her car. Not her.
And the article that I had pulled up in my system, it said that.
Exactly, Colleen.
After the second person was missing, the road had gotten washed away and they closed off the area with barriers. And I'm wondering if that's why they may not have found her. Maybe she is below where the road washed away and got buried. But that was very far up the road.
That one they found. Sandra was found where you're talking about the washed off road.
Oh, okay. That one they found?
Yes. She found her alive, but she passed away later.
Okay.
So
I thought the road washed away after the fact. And the other person came missing. I must have misread it.
No, just do one at a time, I guess, because
I didn't pull the other article up. That's why I was wondering if that happened after the fact.
Yeah. I do feel like I let me see, we have child. Yeah. I think we're, tapping in on that right energy, what she was bringing in, that, because you have the lilies, that is kind of where she worked in healthcare, physical therapy. And then you have him as a new patient coming in, right? Also, he presented one way, but he really was another. Like you have the two-face situation going on here with him. And then also with the snake coming in there. Just it could jealous. There's jealousy. He's just not right. He's two different people, and he was a new patient for her, and so that's tapping a little bit into the energy of what she was dealing with, and that's why when she's saying, you expect to be killed by a bear, but I was killed by an idiot. Like she's kind of like, what? This is the feeling she's bringing across.
She wasn't impressed by this guy at all.
No. And I do feel like the connection there, Scott, is as a patient.
I'm clarifying. I'm not getting a patient.
Or if not a patient, because I'm going with this.
An associate.
I'm going with what
I actually have no people in the first spread.
Because you have the healthcare. Okay, so
the only person I have in the spread is her.
Okay, so I have him here in mind. And so either he works in the healthcare with her, or he was a patient of hers. And, looking at the snake now, I'm wondering, because the snake is bringing in that jealous feel and the two-face feel. But so one way or another, the connection comes through the healthcare. That's his connection with her. And I'm trying to see if she'll tell me any more about the idiot that we're looking for, and also where she's at. I just feel I keep seeing her at I don't know what they're called, but at the bottom of what is it called? A careen or
like the valley.
Ravine.
Yeah.
The bottom of a ravine
that has water in it and fish. I think you worked with her. Get the rider, the tower, the tree, the ship.
No, she did not think highly of him. I agree. I'm going with that, Kathleen, too. That I do feel like it could have been a colleague of some sort that they worked.
The tree, the institute, the rider.
Are you not doing that either, Scott?
What's strange is, I threw my clarifier on a different deck. It comes out the same. So I'm missing something.
So, so you don't feel like she knows
All
him
right.
at all?
Well, usually when I'm throwing a spread, I'll see, a king. Where's a man? But I was missing it. A knight is a man too. A knight of wands here. And it came up
Yeah.
in the other spread, a knight of wands.
A Knight of Wands. Okay.
So a knight is a male too.
Yeah.
And he's a younger man.
A younger, yes. And then
He's
I
a
have
younger man.
the three of swords here. So there's some heartbreak here.
Yeah. And also the Knight of Wands is very a lustful, passionate guy and younger. It doesn't, yeah. Very driven.
I see, and my male in my spread is the rider, which is the Nine of Hearts, which is a young man moving forward towards an institute, a medical institute. The ship's a clover. I think the clover in the ship is getting away with it.
It feels like he ran away. I mean, he's not in the area.
I was just going to say.
Yeah, he's not there anymore.
They should look for the person who just left their job.
Yes, they know.
They will find her eventually.
Oh yeah.
You on the
Because the center of my reading, I've got the light shining.
Yeah, I feel like I heard spring at the beginning of when I first stepped in to the energy of that. So I'm gonna tap into him.
I think you're right though. He's represented as the rider in my spread is because he's a young man, but he's also left because I've got the ship. He's moved on, and he thinks he's gotten away with it because he's feeling lucky.
Yeah, I got the ship too. He moved. He definitely moved.
I think they need to look at personnel who's come and gone around this time period. And within like 3 to 6 months after she went missing.
I forgot what. Do you remember when that was? How long ago?
2014.
God, it's been 6 years.
That far ago.
I know it feels so recent.
There's definitely a connection to the person.
I think he may have worked at both facilities at different times.
It's just crazy. I don't feel there's like physical evidence, but I mean, I got the ending of they should figure it out. High Priestess, Empress.
Yeah, I'm getting.
Like I said, I don't think there's physical evidence. I think that, no DNA or anything like that. But there is a connection to them. They said it's either a patient or someone that worked under.
I'm feeling like the first facility, it was where he was learning. And the second was where he got a job. And she did not respect him. He was Young, naive.
So let's see. Yeah, I wasn't getting like this guy was delusional or anything.
No, he's not crazy. He's just
I mean,
immature, young.
Well, if
Sandra was in her
you feel
60s.
something, you know.
It feels more argumentative.
Yeah, definitely argumentative.
It doesn't feel emotional. It may have been something to do with, yeah, like someone said orally, like he might have worked under her and didn't like treatment.
She didn't give him a lot of respect. She thought of him as a fool. I think Debbie nailed that.
Yeah.
I think he's that type that comes off like, I know what I'm doing and doesn't take directions well and feels offended when somebody tries to show him a better way to do something or an alternate way to do something. He's not receptive to learning different techniques.
I'm still getting the two-face too, and that came up right at the beginning, that you see two sides of him, and this is showing up here, where you have that dark side, that charming side and the dark side.
Mm-hmm.
So, he might not have been crazy, but he definitely was some sort of psychopath-ish stuff going on there.
They say he's a murderer, so there is a bit of crazy in him, but that's not what his
right. He's
what
not
his outward appearances. You don't go, oh, crazy man that
like
would kill somebody. He doesn't.
Yeah,
look
he
like
wasn't known to the world as a schizophrenic or anything like that. He definitely.
Yeah. No, I don't feel mental instability. I don't feel that at all. I feel like it's more of a young,
I'm gonna kind of
knows what he's doing type and doesn't want to take direction, because he feels what he's doing is right. And there's the conflict. He's not open to the learning.
Now, Scott.
Yeah. Well,
did you feel like these cases were connected?
It was
just odd that it happened.
It was a video that Beth actually gave me. It started out.
Oh, okay.
And the guy was putting a connection, and he was just saying, "This is really weird."
Right.
How two physical therapists within a few hours or minutes of each other, the two places were like 2.5 or 2 miles away. He was just putting it out there. Are they related?
Okay.
No, they might be.
Let me see the year. So we
they were 2 weeks away. 2 weeks apart.
2 weeks apart. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That helps. Okay. Let me check. I'm going to kind of see if I can.
So I clarified one more time. That person, I do feel it worked at that hospital. This is what I'm getting to.
Yeah.
But he was burdened by orders from her.
Yeah. He didn't take order from women authority very well.
It was someone that worked, but I don't think he works there anymore. He ran away because he was really
definitely.
I'm not sure he's doing that kind of work anymore. He may have completely changed direction.
I'm gonna try to see if I can step in and see if what's her Sandra will step in here for me.
Sharon, or you do?
No, I already talked to Sharon. I want to see if I can talk to Sandra.
Sharon was the one that's missing.
Yeah, that's the one I've been reading on for the last half an hour. That's who I've been connecting with Sharon.
Well, I've been doing Sandra.
Oh, well, the stories are very similar then, because I've been doing Sharon. So that tells me that they are connected then, for sure. Because Sharon is the one who came in and said, yeah, you think you're going to be killed by, she's a very strong woman, and she has a sarcastic humor. She came straight in. She was when I stepped in, and she said, "You think you're," and I quote, "You think you're going to be, you prepare for
Marked by a bear, not killed by a
think you're going to
fool."
be taken out by a bear. You're prepared for those type of deaths, but to be killed by an idiot, I wasn't prepared for that." She's like, "Go figure." Like that. That's her attitude with this. And so that's Sharon. And that's who I've been connecting with. And that, I see her at a bottom of a ravine. And I do feel like they will find her.
Yeah, I have the light shining on the mountain,
Yeah.
showing that they will find her in the ravine, in water, with fish.
But the similarities with this guy, very interesting, Scott. So I feel like it is absolutely connected.
Huh.
I asked,
So
did
now
you
I'm
work
going
with both of them? I got the anchor, the mountain, and the trees. So that's a yes.
Yes, I'm going to see if I can see. Sandra's a little more quiet. She doesn't come in with the same vigor as Sharon did. So Sandra seems to be more she's more, can I say grounded, or just soft, a softer presence about her in general. She still would have been, firm to her word, so to speak, but she wasn't aggressive about it, I should say. So she just comes in a little bit softer as a person.
She wouldn't have came off as an authoritarian if she was training him. She would not have taken that authoritarian approach. She would have taken a much more subdued approach of let me give you some tips type,
Yeah. And she also has a feeling about her is that, but rules are rules, That's how it is, So she, if something happens, rules are rules. And they're there for a reason, she says. So, but
he doesn't take any form of criticism well. If it's subtle or blatant, he sees them equally. He sees it as criticism, not anything constructive.
Okay. So what I feel, what she's showing me, and is that she actually, didn't see it coming. But I'm also being shown that it happened not very far, but that as far as her being in the water, she was dragged to the water. Like she wasn't running in the water. It was like she was hit and then dragged.
He pulled her off the jogging trail and got her out of the way. And he pulled her to the water.
And she doesn't have much to say because she didn't see him. But I mean, she, on the other side, you kind of obviously know, but in the scene that she's showing me, she didn't see it coming. So she never saw the person. Unlike the other. Yeah, unlike the other gal who I feel like you would probably even find DNA with her, like she would have fought back, like Sharon would have fought back. Sandra didn't have a chance to fight back. So doesn't anymore. What are you getting, Scott?
You're correct. Same.
Okay.
It's not the same person, I don't think, though.
You don't feel like they're the same?
No,
More of a-
it's the same person.
Okay. Yeah, because she's not saying anything about him to correlate whether or not it would be the same person.
It's a coworker, but I think a higher authority. When I was reading on Sandra, I was feeling, well, she was 61. I was feeling like it was an orderly or maintenance guy or someone she worked under or over. Took very offense to her authoritative figure. So now I'm going into Sharon.
Okay, so you're talking about Sharon. Okay, so
I'm talking about Sharon now.
Okay.
Followed. She supposedly said this was a secret. You know, she just got back from vacation. But it is definitely someone involved, but someone equal or higher.
Well, Sharon called him an idiot, so you can take it from there.
They did not have a good relationship, a working relationship, it feels like.
He's changed fields.
I know, Renee. Yeah, 2 killers. So what you're saying, Scott, is you don't think that, do you feel now that there's 2 killers? Okay.
Just coincidental, yeah. So when I got into Sharon's, I was feeling it's, and the cards are showing a higher authority, but this guy was kind of obsessed with her. It's either an equal or a manager.
That, and I'm thinking back on my cards on Sharon's killer when I threw the cards, and with that Lily, you have healthcare and older. So that would make sense then for Sharon. But for, looking at Sandra, I'm going to have to check in with that because she's not giving me a sense of the killer because she never saw him.
Right.
So I'm going to throw again for her because every time I ask her, I'm not getting anywhere with that question with her.
Well, I think Sandra had a routine. She did that often.
Right. So someone would have known.
Yeah. She did that same route of hiking or running often. It's close to work.
I asked Sandra if
and they found a head contusion at the autopsy.
Oh, okay. So that would make sense to
So
her.
she was struck
not
from the
seeing
back
it.
of the head or something like that.
Yeah, she said, I didn't see it. I did not see it coming. But she does show that it didn't happen near the water. She had to be dragged or something to the water.
I asked if he was still working in that field, the person that attacked Sandra, and I got the stork, the heart, and the anchor. I think he's moved on to something he loves better that makes him feel more grounded, appreciate it. It's something more fulfilling. I don't think he's working in that field anymore.
We are sure.
But also read this as he had affection for her as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
But then when I read it with
I think it was delusional affections.
yeah,
So-
when I read it with Sandra, though, I got the mice, the institute, and the child. I think she made him feel like a child, and it was eating away at him while he was at work.
For Sandra,
So
yes.
there was a for
Sandra.
Sharon, the sarcastic one that
oh, that's Sharon. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So
He
Beth,
felt like he was being belittled, treated as a child at work, and it was eating away at him. That was a vengeful act on his part towards her.
okay. I wanted to answer Beth's question about. All I can say, Beth, is when I tapped in with Sharon, she came through and said specifically, you think, you're prepared as an avid hiker that you're up against bears, you're up against all the wildlife as a hiker, and that to be killed by an idiot, she was not prepared for that. So I'm assuming that means a human idiot. So, yeah. And the reason I smile is because the way she said it, with that
She said it sarcastically, because when you said it, I could just hear the sarcasm in her. I would expect to get mauled by a bear, not a fool.
Right. Basically. Okay, so I wanted to.
I can't find if she was married or not.
Well, that's interesting, Colleen. Colleen says she said he felt a sense of relief after killing her.
Which one? I guess we should have just took one person at a time.
I know, because it's really mystical.
Yeah, I'm sort of with Scott. I'm not sure it's the same person, because the relationships are similar, but yet they're not at all. I think they're about the same age.
To recap what I was getting,
Okay.
Sharon 61, she was belittling someone under her. Or not really belittling. It felt like work. It's like, you got to do this. You're supposed to do this,
Yeah, bossy.
Like someone under an orderly or someone in training or, someone that worked took very high offense to it, but it didn't feel like he was a delusional type of person. He just didn't really like it. He took offense to it, right? Followed her, knew her routine, clocked her, whatever. Now, Sharon, the avid hiker, younger, has an equal or someone above her, may have had illusional affections towards her, but she did not return them. There are working environments in both, what I was getting.
I think you have the names reversed.
No.
Sandra's,
No.
no?
Sandra's 61.
I have the names reversed.
Sharon is 48.
Okay, I have the names reversed.
Yes.
So on Sharon, first it was someone that they worked with. and someone who's a doctor or equal. And next to that is a King of Cups, which would be a mate or possible mate. Choices next to that of a relationship or rejected. But on top of it, I have the Moon, Wheel of Fortune, and Eight of Cups. The Moon is kind of like delusional. Eight of Cups, she walked away from it. Wheel of Fortune being things changed. So it feels like he wanted a relationship, she didn't. He took offense to it, but they're equals, or he's above her a little bit, what I'm feeling. So he took the opportunity. Maybe he was married. Maybe that's what that King of Cups means. I mean, this guy was married and wanted her, because this is a married type of guy. King and Queen of Cups are married couples usually.
Kathlene.
And then the end here, it shows, an emperor too. Someone who's of authority, but not a leader. And then I got the love next to it too. Ace of Cups. So I feel like the emperor loved her. She didn't give back the what he wanted. I definitely feel there's a connection with both within work. So I was going to clarify with a different deck and see if you felt that. I feel like this guy followed her in this deck here, going up a mountain, choosing a path, following here, the Seven of Coins. There's your mountain where she went up. She went up a trail, snowy mountain.
Yeah, J-Lo.
The relationship with the two women were so totally different.
It's similar but different.
Yeah, similar but different. I mean, there was a conflict of a certain type of authoritarianism, but there was the difference is the way he felt about each person. The one belittled him, made him feel like a child, like he was being treated like a child, and the other one, it was
right.
He had affection for.
Right.
He had admiration.
Yeah, I'm seeing here that he had a fixation, and a fixation on her. And so this is the one. This is on the Sandra, the 61-year-old. There is a fixation of some sort, like where he felt, like overworked or whatever it was within the job. There was a fixation on it. He couldn't let it go. It created this illusion almost in his mind, but he couldn't let it go. And I'm not saying he's crazy. I'm just saying he couldn't let it go. Now, here's the deal. And we've already gotten this 100 times, but I wanted to back this up. We have the dog that brings in health care, a worker, either a doctor or nurse or whatever. And with the lily, you have maybe an older healthcare worker, doctor or whatever, in that, because the lily also brings in healthcare agency. So it was either a doctor or nurse or some sort of healthcare worker in that field. But we already knew that, but I wanted to back that up. So if they want to be looking for someone, it would be someone who worked with these ladies on some level.
It's amazing.
Very similar. It is weaving in and out, but I have a feeling they would probably already know there's some connections there. But definitely the person who did this was a healthcare worker with them, with both of them.
I have this feeling that he's already been interviewed. They've just missed it.
It's just amazing. I mean, it goes 6 years.
But like some, I forget who said it now, but over 5,000 people go missing in Alaska every year.
Oh yeah.
So.
And Alaska's so diverse and so vast.
Kathlene said.
Yeah, it's like Beth and I were talking. Never go in the woods alone.
Never.
Never. I
Boy,
try to.
I should have gotten in trouble very young because I grew up in the forest and I hiked all the time by myself.
It wasn't Crazy World. I threw again with a different deck on Sharon, the 48-year-old. Same thing again. I got a King of Cups,
Yeah.
Tower, Sadness. The guy wanted a relationship. She didn't. Then we have Death. Burdened Empress. The love not reciprocated. Same thing. So he had to have followed her up on the mountain and confronted her or something and took her, hit her.
Oh,
Killed
2,000. Colleen says 2,000 people. Over 2,000 every year go missing in Alaska. Yeah, don't go hiking by yourselves. Mm-mm.
I know we're not alone, but we are alone if you go alone. You know what I mean?
I'm just hyper vigilant myself because I was stalked for over 10 years. So I am hyper vigilant. I don't go anywhere alone. It's too much in me to not go alone ever.
And it's funny because I was abused as a child, and the forest was my sanctuary. That was where I went to recover, to survive, to get in touch with Earth, God, the higher power, to pray for protection. So it was a very alone place for me, but it was very safe. I was secure. I could hide.
Yeah.
Hid in the forest.
With all the,
in the forest. So
all the fairies of the forest.
Yeah, and the trees speak to me. There's a language of calming that, I go out in the woods and I am so at peace and so at home and so in touch with Earth. It's just excessive grounding for me, and I do not know why I live in California. Need to get out of here. Need to go back to Oregon or Washington where I have my trees.
Yeah, your trees. Yeah.
My land and my fresh air.
All those things will bring you back to your center, I'm sure, for sure. Yeah. So Colleen says there's also a Alaska Triangle. Have you heard of that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I have
a whole series on right now. I
missed all these good things.
Yeah, Andrea and I read on that too.
Oh, I guess I have to go back and
definitely.
Which one?
Like a Bermuda Triangle type thing.
Huh.
Whatever goes in there doesn't come back out.
Wow. Ooh.
It's a triangle over land and water. It takes a huge portion of.
Wow.
People
so what? Scott, so tell us about the triangle.
There's so many things that go missing.
And
everyone avoids that area.
Okay, so it's well known in Alaska, apparently.
Yeah.
And tribally.
Tribally, even.
Tribally known, yeah.
So what did you find out it was, though, when you did your reading on it?
We both felt like there might be a alien base in the middle there, protected.
Interesting.
And it's like it doesn't emit, but it attracts. I mean, it's like there's a protection there. It feels like a vibrational protection, and it's like it's like it doesn't want to be found. It's like there's an alien type base somewhere hidden in those mountains or something.
Alaska has a huge UFO sighting, both on land and out of the water. They actually think that they suspect that there's even underwater.
Well, I would imagine Alaska has those such great resources, Kathleen. Like just in general, the resources, the land, and everything there would have such amazing resources. Now, I have something to share with you guys. Last night, I don't know if you all have the Nextdoor app or whatever, but people talk about what's happening in the neighborhood and whatever. You can always check in or whatever.
I don't have that.
Someone posted last night pictures of aliens. Did you hear that, Scott?
It
Keep going.
disappeared.
I can hear you. Picture of an alien.
Cheers.
We're
Scott.
done. You have a beer.
Okay. So yeah, they posted a picture of what looks like five lights in the sky, right in a row.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, alien sighting right in our neighborhood. Of the
UFO
5 lights, and they posted it this morning. So, Colorado. Oh, I live right by Cheyenne Mountain
I've
too.
seen
I
those.
live right
I've
under
seen
Cheyenne.
those in Arizona.
I felt there's
the
something
lights.
in. I felt there's something in Cheyenne Mountain.
Oh yeah, I live right underneath it, and so when we have weird activity with our phones and stuff like that, it's like, yeah, something's going on. But yeah,
We had them in Oregon, so my sister and I both saw flying saucers come through our property and stuff.
wow.
Several times. One time it came flying up the driveway and around the side of our house, and our mom was gone grocery shopping. We thought she was coming home, so we got up, ran to the back of the house, and watched it fly out up off our house sat in a meadow on 6 acres of timber, and we had a 1 acre meadow behind our house. And we watched it go around the back and them shoot up in the air. Scared us to death because I was in junior high and my sister was still in elementary school. And we had ran back there because it was tradition. Mom goes grocery shopping, everybody unloads the groceries. Yeah. And we went out the next morning and looked all around to see if we could see. We thought, well, it had to be a car, but we had an old driveway that ran underneath the front, the other side of the house, but there was like 2.5 feet of grass. And if a car would have gone down there, it would have high centered and got stuck, or you would have, would have knocked the grass down.
Right.
And nothing.
Wow.
Nothing in the field, nothing through the garden, it just vanished.
Renee.
And yeah, we didn't like staying home after that by ourselves.
That would have been interesting. Yeah. So Book Bewitched, it's a long dark story, but it did end. So we're all good. All right. Yeah. Renee says, oh Lord, like I need another rabbit hole on my list to go down.
No.
I would like to find the case that we all conclusively saw where everything was.
I don't know that that's possible. We definitely can get pieces.
I don't know that that's possible either.
If anybody sees these, that will help on some level or another. But yeah, I mean, for Sharon, she definitely wants it to be. She definitely wants it to be solved.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah, but that one, I don't feel like he's working in the same field anymore. He's changed jobs. He's working in medical, but he's not working in that, whatever he was doing with them.
And with Sharon, she may have fought and stuff. I don't, after this many years of being in the forest, I don't know how much they would get, but
yeah.
They would only find the name.
They would have had the DNA. Anyway, so great afternoon. Very interesting little trips. And hopefully, again, like I hope that at least if anybody watches these, maybe our little tidbits can help out a little bit. So, yeah. So you have anything to share, Scott?
Someone mentioned Mount Hayes. I was just wondering if that was in the triangle.
Oh,
it's the biggest mountain in Alaska. And she mentioning that someone thought there was like aliens in there. It's pretty close, but I was just looking up. But yeah, I got there was one other one, but I gotta take it off for next time or something. I had it in but we settled at 2 hours. I'm just saying I gotta take one off
Okay.
on the
Seems like
description.
Oh, got it. Okay, yeah, we'll
Yeah.
do it for next week. It depends on how fast we go through them. I don't know. I felt like I was, you step into that in between world. I felt like I was in the in between for a long time. I can't believe it's only been 2 hours. I feel like I've been gone for days on this one. Interesting.
It's funny because I won't remember most of it and it's really hard for me to watch them. So it usually takes me almost to the end of the week to go back and watch it, to see what I said, see what I did, and then I see my mom.
Yeah.
Because I look like my mom, and I make the same faces she makes when she read. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
It's very strange.
I wanted to throw this out. Georgie says there's a website called That's Impossible, and there's a lot of alien sightings. It's interesting. She says, I'm going to look that up. I'm going to write that down. That's Impossible. And
I believe in aliens. I just don't think as vast as our universe is, we could ever possibly be the only ones. It would just be the most ridiculous thing. I think we're actually the lesser of the beings here on Earth. I think we're sitting in the petri dish being studied by much more advanced societies, and clearly, if with the number of UFO sightings and stuff like that, we are not the most advanced, or we'd be looking in on those worlds instead of the other way around.
Yeah, I was just laughing because I just saw what Scott wrote.
What he write?
Thank you for joining us. He's into his little ticker now, so she's going to be doing the little signs across the bottom all the time now. I love it.
You need to throw up just for entertainment purposes only. YouTube periodically, so we don't get demonetized. You don't get demonetized. I've never understand why everybody doesn't run that as a ticker periodically.
We do.
It's more of the talk. You almost you have to say it.
Say it. Yeah.
I still don't think it matters. If you say the wrong word, they're going to demonetize.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
I give up. If they do, they do. Whatever.
They started doing my lives, all of them that I had to put through review, and it's like I don't even do live political ones. I go on Scott's and do on his, but
right. But you don't. Yeah, you do recorded political readings.
Yeah, and those are just recorded. Yeah. So weird. Thank you, T-Barb.
I guess I don't like the relationship stuff.
So also, Scott, that you could now click on T-Barb's comment and it would post up on the screen.
Right.
You know that part already, right?
Right.
Did it do it? There you go. Yep.
Oops. It disappeared.
Oh, there you go.
Don't forget the thumbs up to support the channel.
Yeah. And
if you want to make donations, I think the websites are in the pull down menu, would be my guess.
Morgan Nick. That made it age 6. Okay, write it down. Morgan. Nick. I know Lucienne gave me one, so that's 3 for next week.
Yep,
I have one also that Sharon Lee sent me.
Okay, never end. We will
on a missing child.
Look into
he's 32 now. He's been missing for quite a while.
So
they've had tons of leads on that boy.
So we can, do you want me to host it next week? And so everybody that is watching needs to know to go to my channel next week. So make sure to subscribe and like.
Me.
And
One of these days I'll get around to opening my channel.
so make sure you find my Freebird Spirit and subscribe so you can get the bell for next week when we go live with this. So we can share back and forth. So cool. All right, guys. Oh, it's like I'm not in charge of
You can.
this saying goodbye. I can't. I don't know.
This was your idea.
No, but I mean, I can't.
Can't turn that page off or anything.
Maybe I don't want to.
I know. I think Scott's just going to hang out all day.
Maybe you just need to click off your cam and go bye-bye.
I will. Maybe I will.
You guys just keep the stream going, huh?
Yeah, you guys can. Freebird Spirit. Yep. Freebird Spirit. So yeah, you and Kathlene can probably look into more if you want.
Nah.
I gotta go nurse.
No, I'm hitting like you. I do a 2-hour max, especially if I'm diving into things like that. That one case, I get that energy pull on it because it was violent. It was very violent and very negative. And you taught me one thing: self-preservation of your energy. 2 hours, no more than 3 max.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
That's me. I've learned that. I've learned the hard way.
Anything over that, especially if you do any kind of deep dives, it will tap your energy for a day or more, depending on how heavy it is.
Yeah, so, it can. Right.
Yeah. That one day I read for 5 hours with Lola, I was out all the next day. I slept through the next day. I was so zapped. Debbie goes, I told you not to read more than 3 hours. It's not safe. Yeah. I'm like, yes.
It is hard, yes. Depends on the energy, how deep it gets into you. Yeah.
Yeah. Now with political readings, I can read for a long time, but personal readings, you dive deeper. And then if you're contacting spirits, it takes you up to a completely different level when you're connecting with spirit, and it can be very draining because and
thank you, Puppy Witch.
That higher level I go, the less I remember of the reading. And
yeah.
The more I lose my words, and I know you lose words too all the time, David.
I start losing my words.
I focus on the reading and not the strokes. So
right.
Yeah.
Right. I get the combo. All right.
Yeah, I get the combo. Yeah.
All right. So tomorrow morning, Scott, you want to give your little spiel for tomorrow morning?
Yeah. Everyone should know coffee time at 9:30 Central.
All right.
Political.
That's early. It's 7 a.m. Pacific
I know it's early.
Well, when I first started, it was Sheila, which is Debbie's time, so it wasn't too early. That's why 9:30.
I think we were coming on at 8 Pacific time back then because it was.
It's always been. I always started at 9:30. About.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah.
I always have to set my alarm clock to actually make sure I get up in time to watch it.
It felt right because then everyone throughout the country could be having their coffee.
Then. Do you see Lori Sue's question?
My laptop went black. What did she say?
Have you ever done personal readings for people who were absolute idiots?
That's funny. Yes. I love that. I think we're all.
I guess
we're all
idiots. It's just like people wouldn't get it through their head what they really needed.
Okay.
When you consider idiots, it would be like someone who wouldn't get it in their head that this guy, it was a woman, would not get it through her head. This guy is not coming back.
Okay, see, I was going to say the same one, Scott.
Never been, like.
I think I put the one
We have
that's got
we have
just
this-
that same issue. It's like, okay, how many on again, off agains do you have to have before you know it's not the right one?
Exactly. So that would be the story, Lori Sue, pretty much across the board. If you probably ask anybody who does readings especially for a living, you get those people who they want to know, is he coming back or whatever, and you give them the story. No, he's moving on, but here it looks
I'm gonna
like
go check with another reader because I don't believe you.
and they will. They'll go down. They'll do 10
Google
readers
this.
until that one reader who doesn't want to get a bad review from this person will just say, yeah, he's coming back, and then they get the 10 stars and you get 1 star. So yes. So to answer your question, the people who just are stuck with their story that they want, and they're not listening to the truth coming through. I don't want to call them an idiot, but it's disheartening over and over.
Not an idiot. Sad because they aren't opening their eyes to the reality of it. I think my pet peeve question is, will he change? No.
No.
The answer is no. If you're wanting to change somebody, you're clearly not in the right relationship. You can't make people change. They will not become what you want them to become 99.9% of the time. I'm sure there's a 0.1 out there somewhere. But no.
Yeah.
Find what you're wanting. Don't try to make them what you want them to be.
Yeah.
But I can understand it too. The heart wants.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, the heart wants. Yeah.
Of course.
There is a point of seeing signs too.
Yeah.
Because I was one of those people per se, but I wanted my marriage to work out.
Right.
We went through the separation, but there was signs there that we're going to make it work out. So I was wondering that too, but it came to the point finally, it's like, I just got to give up.
There can be some change that's reasonable, but to recreate somebody into what you want them to be when they're not anything close to it's another story.
Mm-hmm.
A couple in a long-term relationship that has grown apart and things have changed between them have the ability to come back together if they're wanting that as a couple.
Yeah.
It's then it gets sticky and messy and
where it was hard for me, where it became really frustrating and hard was because I worked on a site where they would give you stars, 5 stars for good reading and whatnot. And if you don't give them what they want to hear, they're going to give you like a 2 star, 1 2 star, and then so I'm totally unprotected from the website because they don't care,
Right.
And so then I look like I'm a 3-star reader when I'm given the truth. And so that's where it becomes just unjust and frustrating. But I absolutely understand that when you're in it and you're living it and all that's happening. So I'm just coming from a different, there's some.
Well, we're looking at it from the outside, and they're living it emotionally. And I think people looking in from the outside see it very different perspective than somebody that's in the middle of the energy.
Yeah.
And
Melly says it. Yeah. When he says he doesn't want me, what does he mean? Yeah, exactly.
Take the words literally and turn around and walk away. I think my favorite infamous, I'm going to say it every time I'm asked, is the most important thing about a relationship is communication. If you can't communicate together, you can't keep a relationship together. It's just the bottom line. And it has nothing to do, your relationship's all about sex, there's not really a relationship. You're just partners.
Yeah.
If you're not communicating, and that's the only thing that's important in the relationship, that's really not a relationship in my head. That's me. Other people feel differently. But communication is just extremely important. And I always say, marry your best friend. It's a relationship for life.
Amen. Amen. All right, guys, I'm going to go. And I'm sending everybody blessings. And I'll see you in the morning.
I'll see you both in the morning.
Love. Have a great one. Good night, everyone.
It's fun. You have a good day.